how to build positive relationships in nursing. Today we are again with Lorenzo Pilastri, our friends, a nurse and life coach and yoga teacher, to talk about how to build positive relationship in nursing, so between the nurses. Today we are on our third interview with Lorenzo. If you lost the previous two interviews, please, you can find here the previous one and here the second one. So please go and have a look because they are very, very interesting.
It was very nice to talk to you the last few times. And today what we're going to do is talking about how to build positive relationships in between nurses. What I'm going to do is to start talking about our experience as nurses, as foreign nurses going that went abroad and had that type of experience. First of all, I would like to highlight how I think important it is look at sometimes your colleagues or people that have gone through what you have gone through. I think it's nice sometimes to step back, think about what you have done in your past, think about your story, your route, and to help those people that are doing the same journey that you have done in the past. Because when I've started, I wish I had somebody that would tell me what to do, how to do it, and it would have solved me those small details that makes all the difference when you are a nurse and especially abroad. And that's why I find your channel quite valuable in terms of information for what is going to be when you go abroad and work as a nurse.
Exactly. Just before you go ahead, for who doesn't know us, this channel is dedicated to a nurse who wants to move abroad for live the dream of their life. So we talk about how to move in certain country, but we talk also about different aspects of moving abroad, of build a proper nursing abroad job. And so today, in fact, we talk about how to build positive relationship abroad with other nurses. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
It's all right. I'd like to start taking in consideration the view, the image of the nurses in the society and what we should believe on as nurses. And I would like to highlight some principle of leadership. Why am I talking about leadership? Because I believe the nurses are leaders and they have to be leaders during their day-to-day life, day-to-day job, because we truly lead in a way that we're gonna influence the patients in front of us, maybe the families of the patients, the student nurses, the institutions, the society. I truly believe that the nurses' actions have a reflection on the society, and they can make a better society, and that's why it is good to highlight some of the principle of leadership that even though you have never heard of leadership, and I'm going to talk about what makes a good leader, you will see many similarities in between nurses and good leaders, because we do really have, and we really have to do those actions and put in action when we work as nurses and be good leaders. When I talk about leadership, I take the base of the theory of Simon Sinek, which is a writer, is a speaker.
One of the biggest influencer at the present moment.
I really love him. I went to see him recently in Madrid in one of his conference. and he has a power. He really has a power to inspire, because you can see clearly what is his why. And when you talk about the why, you know what he's talking about. You know why he's waking up in the morning, and he transmit that. And I reconnect to the point that good leaders, you're gonna follow them because they have a clear why. They know where they're going. They know why they're doing what they're doing. And I think it's very important to highlight this in nursing. I truly believe that that when you choose nursing, it has to be a choice made from the inside.
Absolutely, yes.
Because if what you have inside and what then you show outside, why you work as a nurse, they don't combine together. They're not together. What happens is that at one point you will get the consequences, and it's not gonna be nice. So one of the first advice I want to give is to think about why you do what you do. And the why comes from the inside. What is it, the purpose that you have in life that makes you work as a nurse? What is it, that higher purpose, and not going to work from 8 to 5 or other type of shift? It's not that time. It is about what is that makes you feel that you're doing something that is relevant to you and to what you believe. And that is very important to know it, not only in nursing, of course, but in life. Because when there is not a link in between that, we lose our way. And when we lose our way, we cannot even lead. And if we don't lead, probably we are not doing what we should do as nurses. It is not an easy action to do, to know what makes you get up in the morning, what is your true purpose in life. But it is worth it to spend some time on it. I believe that under all the layers we have inside, we do know what we want. We do know the direction we want to go. It's about being honest with yourself and going towards that direction. So this is the first principle of a good leader. This is the first adjective that I would give as a leader, that knows where is it going and what is his why. The second one is that a leader communicates to make you understand. It just doesn't deliver a message. And if you think about nurses, it is quite what we do very often. We communicate.
Passions, of course.
Exactly. So put the example of some terminology that the doctor has used and the patient probably doesn't understand. So it's our role sometimes to explain in different words, in easier words, what meant. And that is a true characteristics of a leader, somebody that explains to pass a message that is gonna be understood, and it's not something just a delivery of a message. No, they're not just words. And that's very important, because I saw it in many of my nurses, a capability of communication that changes all. And this is the second one of the aspects of a good leader. A good leader is somebody, and you will see this in nursing a lot, is somebody that empowers others and doesn't just get the power for his own. I think this is the meaning of nursing.
Exactly, it's true. I never thinking about.
Exactly, it is about empowering others. Absolutely. to make and achieve maybe a better health, or maybe recovery from a bad period. We do that every day, and clearly it's a good characteristic of a good leader.
Yeah, it's
And we,
encouraging, yeah.
yes, it's like we are there to empower others. We don't do it for us, and it's fantastic when you, and that's why most of the time we are so appreciated, and that's probably when the patients or whoever we take care of realize how beautiful is what we are doing towards them, because it's a complete dedication, and it's an act of kind of generosity, but it's inside of what we do, that it really, you don't see it every day. Another things that is clear, and you can see it in good leaders, is that they don't look for consensus. So they don't want attention. They don't want you to agree with him.
Necessarily,
They if you, they know they are with him. I mean, they don't have to look for it. If you are with me, if you are with a leader, you will know, and he's not looking for you to agree with him. So it's quite, because it's clear everything is doing, and you know the direction is going, and you know you're following his direction, and is not looking for it. And another very important thing that I think all the managers should have, it's that you feel like your leader has your back. So you feel like that if something happens, I got your back. Don't you worry. You're gonna be fine. And you trust a good leader next to you. And nurses,
again, you help you to
exactly.
be fine.
Exactly. And good nurses is when somebody is going on a wrong way, and maybe a patient is looking at you and is like looking for
support.
Exactly. And that's when you say, don't worry, I'll take care of you, I'll do my best. You can trust me, that I'm gonna do my 100% to make you feel better. And that is so powerful. I mean, everything I've said, is the characteristics of a good leader, that there are people that grow companies that are multimillionaire, and we have it as nurses inside of us. So we should think about the power that we have in our job, and maybe grow stronger in the belief of what we are. This is an encouragement of all the classes of nurses that we have around the world.
Yes, because I think nurses lost a little bit the vision of themselves. I mean, they just overwhelmed about how are they work, how many people they serve, an institution they serve. They just must do lots of things in their shifts, because they finally have to take care completely to the patient, that they just caring for people and forgot about themselves. So yeah. I think we must to remember ourselves, how much we are valuable.
Definitely. I totally agree with you. We should never forget, when we get up in the morning and we're going to do what we do, we're actually changing life. And it's so powerful. I mean, not all the jobs, for example, the job I'm doing right now, you don't have that aspect. You can make somebody's life a bit better, but you're not going to change life probably.
Of course, yes.
Again, I will continue saying what I've said in the previous episode that we record together, is that relationships are building strong, positive relationship in between people, in between nurses, is one of the most valuable tools that you have. So what I want to start from is to analyze the type of relationship, the type of people that you have, and then develop what can be a relationship. When we look at different people, they're gonna be different functions for every single people that we met in our journey and in your nursing career. So I would say I would use the few words like there are the column people, there are the bridge people,
Okay.
and then there's gonna be the people that stimulate you to stay out of your comfort zone. The column people maybe are those colleagues. Let's stay in nursing, okay? Maybe are those colleagues that you take as an example that they are strong, that they have that base, they are a column to you, that you can rely on them no matter what's happening. In general, in life, maybe it's somebody like parents, that they are the base of your future, of your life, or somebody that is a very big example to you and an aspiration. Those are the column people that you know they're gonna be there and is gonna be the answer to your future.
Yes.
Then you're gonna have the bridge people. The bridge people are those ones that they can introduce you and be a bridge to a new reality. And when I talk about new reality, it's like when you see something different, when you discover something different,
From
and
other perspective.
exactly.
Okay.
And
It
when you
makes you discover other point of view.
exactly,
I get to.
and
Interesting.
and that's probably something that is your role in this channel. You are the bridge in between people that wants to discover new reality. Maybe they're getting information for going abroad, maybe they want to
I
get,
like it.
and you are the bridge for that. And it's very valuable, is a very valuable type of person, because if you trust them, if you give a bit of trust in that, maybe you can jump to a new level, to something new, to something that is going to enrich you. And then there are those people, and I is the one I prefer the most because it is the way I am, and is those ones that inspire you and stimulates you to get out and stay out of your comfort zone. Um, it's it's a very There are those type of people when you look at them and you look up to them and you say, wow, I cannot believe that person is doing this, is doing that. I really want to do that, and let me get close to that person. Let me surround by those type of person. So when you so what I want to say with that is surround yourself with these type of people, with the positive influence in your life. You need to surround yourself around those type of people, because um, these are the people that are gonna make your journey, they're gonna make your road better. I'm not gonna, I cannot stress enough the the difficulty of staying with negative people. The negative people are those ones that I think everybody in our life has the experience of living with negative people. They are those ones
They
that
have their role as well, finally, if you're thinking about, yeah,
they
because you learn about from them.
exactly, and they pull you down,
But they
and
pull you down.
you can drown, and you feel these, and I think ultimately everybody feels when somebody is negative to you. Eh, Having the courage or no to face it and to come out from that type of relationship, it's another story, because that is another type of process. But
Yes,
when somebody is negative in your life, you can feel it, you can sense it, because we are not puppets, we are not muppets. We are people with feelings, and you feel when somebody is negative to you. So starting to understand what type of function every person in your life has will
yes,
make you step out, maybe, if you want, because it's all about wanting or not,
of
uh,
course.
from your journey. Once you have realized that, what I advise is to start taking care of this nest that is building. Okay, so I would like to, as I have talked in the first episode, like how to develop on a personal level, and to be more uh, to be better in achieving happiness individually. Now I'm growing in a way that I'm developing the message of we should grow stronger together, to be together, unite as a group, because the victories of the group are much more satisfying than the victory of an individual person. So once you have realized those type of relationships, what type of relationships you have, start and build around that. Start and build your nest, and to take care of that nest. Start like to protect, like maybe a mother would do, or like a father would do, and protect the nest. And take care of those people in the circle. Has to be an open circle where you have to open to people, and how to do that in order to be a positive circle. When I divide positive and negative people, is not all black and white. Of course, this is just theory, but what we need to do is to defend that circle in a positive way. And how to do that is practicing positivity. So it's practicing all that experiences that I have talked about before, to work towards positivity, towards happiness, towards learning about yourself, to stay in the present, and to learn how to have a positive perspective about life. And when that type of nest is building on those bases, it's gonna be much easier for more positive people to come. It's gonna be much higher the possibility of positive people coming in than negative people to come in. And the same in nursing. You will always have colleagues which are very positive to you, and you want to stick to them, and you want them in your group, and you're always gonna have people that are not really positive in that sense. And it's normal, it's fine, that's the world we live in. But we have the choice most of the time to choose whether to go in one direction or another. So
can I take the opportunity at this point, of course, to really thank my team, because I explain you now. I work in a big trust in London with a very big intensive care. As a nurse, we are divided in team.
Yes.
Okay. So 3 years ago, when I started working there, I've been assigned to one manager, so to our one team 3. And so this team was built by my manager, by the band 7, band 6, all together, work together.
Okay.
To be strong and supportive. This is why this is the best team in that hospital.
Of course.
And I was so happy. I was so glad, because when I moved in the hospital, I just come from some healthy problem. So I was so excited to be there, because I wanted to move in this hospital from a long time ago. I applied very early, but the time of move there, I was just recovering from some health problem.
Right.
So I have to start in very hard moments. So I have to be stronger, more stronger than how much I must be. Okay. But I also like to be in that team that everything was so easy, because there was no judgment.
Right.
They just let me in.
Yes.
Without judgment. Give me all the explanation.
How nice is
Give
that?
me my time, being every time very supportive. This from my manager to my health care assistant. So, and all of us were in the same level. Doesn't matter the role, doesn't matter the band.
Yeah.
We always have a laugh. We always have talking when maybe we were eating or have a rest. Of course, we are not friend like friend close in life. You know, you really have build a friendship here.
Absolutely fine.
But still, trustful relationship where you work 12-hour shift and you trust the other people. You know that you can receive that help.
Yeah.
So this is why it's the best team
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah. So really, I want to take this opportunity to thank my team.
I think it's very valuable, and I think more and bigger companies now are starting to look at the positions and people, and that they can actually work on make the team better and to work on those type of relationship in between colleagues, because yes, the performance are going to be better in the company, and for us nurses, it's a matter of maintaining a good, not only the performance, but maintaining a good emotional resources for ourselves to not maybe go in burnout or to help each other during difficult times, no? And there are a few advices I'd like to make in order, when you are in a group, they can help the relationship in between the group in a positive way. So start to take responsibility for the example that you want to pass. You cannot expect the colleague next to you to do something that you are telling him to do, but you're not doing. So be first on the example of that person that you want from the person next to you. And that is very important in everything, especially managers, but in nursing is fundamental. You cannot ask your colleague, do that, and then you're not doing it. Another thing, of course, all the positive reinforcement that you give to your colleagues when something good happens. So it's all about, as I said before, celebrate the victory and showing it and empower that person to recognize and enjoy that present moment of victory. Another piece of advice that I think is very valuable, and I think it could be a game changer in protecting in a positive way the group of people that you have, is to stop comparing in a way that you delete all the words that finish with est. So the best, the smartest. So try not to direct your sentences to one of your colleagues of a group saying you are the smartest, you are the best, because sometimes what's going to happen the next time that person is not the smartest or the best. So it's gonna grow a feeling of there's something wrong in between this group, because yesterday I was the best and today I'm not the best because the person next to me is the best. So when we do praise, let's be careful to that point of the explaining and giving adjective to your colleagues. And I think, again, I'm going to highlight that is like to celebrate, in this case, the victory of the group more of the individual one. How nice is to feel that we won together instead of when you win on your own. I had the experience and probably some of you have felt that. Probably when we get a job, when we pass an interview, and they tell you that you are successful, and what comes through in your mind is, for me, for example, is not real until I share it with somebody. And
yes, it's true. Actually, it's true for me.
They tell you, oh, you passed this interview, you're gonna read maybe that email, or they tell you in voice or by the phone, and until I'm not sharing it with the person I love, it's not real. So that makes you understand how we are as human beings, no? We need to have that group of people. We need to have those powerful group of people that actually can make things a bit more real, no? So that's why my piece of advice is, and I would love to do a last but not the least mention to our student nurses.
Of course.
When I was a student nurse, unfortunately, when I started nursing, I had no idea what nursing was. I started nursing only because I knew there was job and there were plenty of opportunity. Now, don't think about it, because I started in 2010 studying, and there was a lot of job. In 2013, there was no job anymore, so I had to.
Yeah, I remember that period.
It was unbelievable, and I couldn't believe myself, but I thank that crisis of nurses so much, because it made me the person I am today, because I emigrate and I spent some time in the UK, and now I'm in Spain, and I'm not afraid of being abroad and talking another language. And it's very nice because it's all I was pushed by the events to do it, and it's just very nice. But when I started, I had no idea what nursing was, and I was a student nurse. I was just looking around, and I think I was very lucky to have very good mentors in what it was my journey. They taught me what, not only the practical things, because that will come on the way, of course, but what it means to be a nurse, what it is to be the image in the society that you have responsibility, not only when you are working on the field, but even outside. It's a way of living somehow. And I saw many times many student nurses, they are lost, and they really have no much idea of what is going on and what is nursing and what they have to do. So
yeah, because in Italy especially it's very hard. I mean, in 3 here we do really lots. Other country they do in 4 years. So in Italy it's quite hard.
It is quite. I think it's a quite shocking reality. And what I want to say to all the colleagues in the world is to take care of our student nurses in a way that like a father would do, like a mentor would do, like a column person would do, because they are the future. Sometimes we need to show them, we need to give them the meaning of what nursing is, not only for them to stay, but sometimes also to leave, because it is not a journey for everybody. I cannot stress it enough, because it's very important that when you are a nurse, you act as a nurse, and the responsibility we are conscious of what is going on, and what is our responsibility in front of the patient, the family, the society. And it's very important that when as nurses guide the student nurses, show them the reality in a softer way, as a mother would do, with the right education, but that has to be done. Because if it's not done, the day they're gonna be there, they don't know the why they're doing that. It's gonna be very difficult for them, and for the colleagues around, and for the place they're gonna work with. So I think it's very important to invest time in our student nurses, and to guide them and to mentor them in a way that they understand what's the right way. And that's what I wanted to say today.
Thank you very much, Lorenzo. It's always a pleasure to speak with you. And thank you very much for being with us and for sharing your experience and your knowledge. And if somebody wants to contact you, where they can find you?
They can find me on LinkedIn. They just need to write Lorenzo Pilastri, and you will find me there. And I'm very happy to speak with anybody that wants to maybe go deeper in the topics that we have touched, or simply if they want to say hi, I'm gonna be there. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you very much, Lorenzo.
Bye.
Bye.